Aloha and welcome to Ala Moana Center. Thank you for joining us for our special appearance from the 2025 Miss International Hawaii Pageant. This is an international pageant program that uplifts women through culture, advocacy, and global awareness. This is an exciting year for the pageant as we are reviving the Miss International Hawaii organization. The Miss International pageant is hosted in Tokyo, Japan, and is known as one of the big women pageants, and it is one of the longest running globally. Today, you'll get to meet our incredible 2025 delegates who will be vying for the title of Miss International Hawaii and Miss Hawaii U.S. International. That's right, we give away 2 titles. One which is a fast track to the international competition in Tokyo, and another that will give one of our girls a chance to win the U.S. title, and then hopefully join her pageant sister in Tokyo. Without further ado, let's get started with our program. To help kick off today's show, we'd love to introduce ourselves as we are the current reigning queens. Melody?
Aloha everyone. My name is Melody Higa, Miss International Hawaii 2024. I'm really excited to be here today in front of all of you and to share my mission and what I've accomplished throughout my reign. I'm currently 28 years old and I work at Matson as an operations analyst. The reason that I was drawn to pageantry was because I wanted to be able to be a community leader, be able to promote community service and help uplift others. A big part of what I learned as Miss International Hawaii 2024 was the opportunity to empower people like Ava Burke and really crown Miss Hawaii U.S. International. Throughout this experience, I've learned so much about myself, being able to promote culture, and learn so much about being able to work with people from around the world, and that's something that I'll be forever grateful for. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Ava Burke. I am your Miss Hawaii U.S. International 2025. I'm 18 years old, I'm an opera singer and artist. My platform through this pageant is reducing inequalities through art, language, and culture. I've created a scholarship. It is an art scholarship for local students on Oahu who want to pursue arts as a career. I'm honored to represent the state in the Miss U.S. International competition in Washington, D.C. this July. Thank you so much.
Let's give another round of applause for our queens. Thank you. Up next, please enjoy a special fashion show segment styled by our local brand, Moshi Moshi, featuring our delegates and our queens.
Dites-moi d'où il vient, enfin je saurai où je vais. Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver. Elle dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin, qu'il part très souvent travailler. Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné. Pas vrai, où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, c'est ce qui ne va pas. À ça que papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché, ça doit faire moi 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Où t'es papa, 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 où qu'on y croit ou pas, il y aura bien un jour où on n'y croira plus. Un jour ou l'autre, on sera tous papa, d'un jour à l'autre, on aura disparu. Serons-nous détestables? Serons-nous admirables? Des géniteurs ou des génies? Dites-nous qui donne naissance aux irresponsables. Dites-nous qui, tiens, tout le monde sait comment on fait des bébés, mais personne sait comment on fait des papas. Monsieur, je sais tout, on doit l'hériter, c'est ça, faut le sucer de son pouce, quoi. Dites-nous où c'est caché, ça doit faire au moins 1000 fois qu'on a bouffé nos doigts.
Great job, ladies. If you like any of these looks, you can find them on moshimoshiworld.com. And then ladies, after you're done posing, can you please come in front of the magazine? The three of you, and create your last look. Higa. Alexia Sommers. Kanealii-Kleinfelder. Give it up for our girls who are styled in Moshi Moshi. Thank you so much, Moshi Moshi, for your generous sponsorship. One of the perks of being a delegate and winner of the Miss International Hawaii organization is that you get access to all these amazing sponsors. Now that we have a glimpse of our girls,
I'd like to call back our reigning Miss Hawaii U.S. International, Ava Burke, to please enjoy 2 vocal performances from her.
Hey everybody, as I mentioned earlier, I've been singing for about my entire life, and I'm going to sing 2 songs for you that are really close to my heart, and I hope you enjoy.
For that amazing performance. Let's give her a big round of applause. Now, for the moment that we've been all waiting for, let's find out more about these inspiring women who have been vying for the title of Miss International Hawaii and Miss Hawaii U.S. International 2025. We will now be meeting each delegate by one, asking them Q&A questions. The audience is highly encouraged to participate and ask any questions. If you ask a question, we have a gift card to Kanealii Studios. Now, let's call up delegate number 1, Alexia Sommers. Do we have any questions from the audience for Alexia Sommers?
Thank you so much for that question. So for the homeless in Hawaii, this is a very prevalent and very, I would say, could be controversial just because we've tried so many different ways. And one thing I want to just say is that every human is valuable and everyone deserves to have a good, healthy, and happy life. And here in Hawaii, we believe taking care of our people are not enough. It doesn't matter where you come from, we want to take care of you. So as someone who is entering this pageant, if I were to become Miss International Hawaii, I would love to be outspoken about these topics because it's very important that we don't get used to these topics and say, oh, it's just a problem. We just want to really find solutions, whether that's creating more shelters or creating more job opportunities, or even a system where maybe if they don't have the skills to find a job, we help them and coach them and train them for that. And I would love to talk to our government system and see how we can improve this problem. Thank you for your question.
All right, thank you so much. If we can keep it to one question per person. And do we have a question?
Thank you so much for that question. question. Yes, definitely, I do agree. There's a lot of controversy too with pageantry and different ideas and stigmas, but I can only speak from my experience. And with pageantry, it has allowed me to grow, develop myself. I'm so much of a better person, not because, oh, I love glam and I'm just on stage posing and beautiful. That is just, I would say, 10% of pageantry. Most of it is we're out in the community. We are seeing, okay, what are the problems in our community? How can we solve them? One thing that I have done is I created an educational program here in Hawaii for our high school students. It's called She Means Business, because I'm a businesswoman. And I really believe that quality education goes beyond textbooks. We need to teach our students financial literacy, interpersonal skills, and business, because whether they get into that field, they need it for all areas of their life. So pageantry is women standing up for things that they believe, their values, and what they want to do for their community. And I can say firsthand that it isn't what other people think it is. There's a lot of hard work behind it, but if I were to give a young girl advice who might want to be part of pageantry, I would tell her to go for it, because you don't only start to care about yourself, you care about the people around you, and that's the best way to live your life.
Thank you so much, Alexia. And speaking of our young women, we have a question here in the front. Would you like to ask a question? Go ahead and introduce yourself and then ask your question, okay?
Hi, Anna. Thank you for being so brave to answer a question, to ask a question on a microphone. I commend you. For me, I wanted to go into pageantry because I truly believe it gives you access to people that you would have never had access to. When you care about certain things in your community and you want to change things, you need a team, you need people around you, and pageantry really gives you that way to make great friendships. We have great sisterhood, we love to all go out, we go to dinner, we support one another, and it's more than what we're doing, but what we're doing together as a sisterhood in pageantry. And for me, I love my pageant sisters. We're there for one another. And I think community is so important. Here in Hawaii, Ohana is family, but Ohana is not blood. Ohana is your heart, it's how you feel for one another. And that is the aloha spirit that is in the pageantry here in Hawaii. And I want to share that here and hopefully across the world. And if I were to win Miss International Hawaii, we get to go to Tokyo and we get to represent Hawaii on an international level. And that's a responsibility that's so important, but that's why I decided to do pageantry.
Thank you so much. Melody, thank you, Alexia. So Melody, while Alexia goes to the back, can you please tell us a little bit about the difference between the two crowns? And before she says anything, my name is Megan Kim. I'm the director for the Miss International Hawaiʻi Beauty Pageant. I'm so glad that you're here. Melody Higa is a double crown queen, which means she won both of those. Thank you so much, Melody. Please put your hands together again for Melody as we call out Maya for her question.
Do you have any questions from the audience for Maya?
Thank you for your question. So, growing up on Hawaii Island, I am not actually from Oahu. I have learned so much about the culture and how it has put me in different places throughout my life. I danced hula for a little bit when I was younger, and that taught me important valuable skills such as leadership and compassion and also teamwork. And then I've also been able to touch other people in the community and listen to their stories and hear how they have turned their children, and also they have encountered and mentioned their friends and mentored everybody. And altogether, I have learned so many different ways where I have grown as a person, and I have been able to honestly learn from everybody I've met along the way in this culture. Hawaii is a multitude of many cultures. It is a hot pot almost. There's different people here today who are whatever ethnicity or race you are, and there's just so much to learn from everybody.
Thank you so much. Melody, can you ask us one of the questions?
What is one strength that you have, and how would you use that strength to be a good Miss International Hawaii?
A
The big strength that I would say I have is the many lessons that I've learned from my mom. She is a female business owner, native Hawaiian, and she has taught me to persevere no matter what, and to always keep going. And so, as I run through this pageant and I'm going on my journey, making sure that I keep on waking up and truly showing aloha to everybody and being an aloha ambassador almost, I can take that strength with me wherever I find myself in this competition.
One more question to ask Maya.
Thank you for your question. I would say the hardest part about whether it be pageantry or being on stage today is having the confidence to be here. But with the support of my mom, with the support of your family, your friends, it almost fixes that automatically. To have someone standing out there watching you and supporting you, it brings a sense of calmness to you, and it feels like you can just do it any day, anytime.
Thank you so much, Maya. Let's give a round of applause for Maya again. This is her first pageant season. So, all right. Now, because we have some time, I'd love to ask Ava Burke back to the stage if she's available. Hi, Ava. And let's ask Ava 2 questions.
So my question is, the Sustainable Development Goals, also known as SDGs, are an important part of the Miss International organization. Please give us a description of which SDG you chose and how you want to promote it as a Miss International.
Thank you.
So for my SDG, I chose number 10, which is reduce inequalities. I grew up in several very diverse communities, Seattle, Washington, and back here. And I grew up going to a French immersion school, so I was always surrounded by different languages and cultures and people, and it really just has a very special place in my heart. And I've seen the beauty and what can be done when different people come together, but I've also seen where we lack, especially on Hawaii. And to honor that, I have started, as I told you earlier, a sponsorship for people who want to pursue careers in music and art. I recently just went through the process of auditioning at conservatories, and I know how hard it can be mentally and financially, so I wanted to find a way that I could provide some support and inspiration to young students who want to follow their dreams and passions.
All right, and your next question? While Melody picks the next question, I just wanted to say, you know, pageantry is really about sisterhood. And when we have the 2 queens during their journey, they get to help one another, they get to be there for one another. It's not just hairstay, right? They really do help prepare one another for their various competitions. It's not an easy thing. It takes a lot of hard work. The most common comment I hear is, wow, I did not realize how much work this was going to be. But it's something that you're always proud of. All right, let's move on to our last question for Ava.
Okay, your question is, the Miss International Hawaii organization is about making a positive change in the world. Should you win Miss Hawaii U.S. International, what is one plan that you have to make positive change in Hawaii?
So I already touched on it, so I'll expand on my sponsorship idea. I recently just held a fundraiser a couple weeks ago. I had musicians, dancers, really every art form. My brother in the audience is an elementary school teacher, and he showed his students' art project, which was really great. And we raised a lot of money from that, and it was really inspiring because there are so many people who want to help, and this is a great method to be able to do so. So the scholarship is called Voice to the Arts, And to donate, if you would like to, go ahead on our Instagram. It is the Miss International Hawaii and Miss Hawaii U.S. International. Yes. So that is what I would love my legacy to be, and something that whoever wins my title next year can carry on if they choose to do so, and it is something that will live on as the pageant grows, and I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to have our queens go to the back for our final walk. And I wanted to mention while they're doing so, thank you again to our sponsors that made it possible for today's event. Grant Cheetah Photography right here. If you need a photographer, videographer, he is a one-man show. You can approach him, he can give you a business card. Melody Higa. Ava Burke. Alexia Sommers. Kanealii-Kleinfelder. Alright. And what you'll be able to do today is take some photos with the queens and the delegates. We are going to have you line up on the side of the stage if you'd like to do so, and we will call you one by one to take a picture with them in front of this beautiful backdrop, okay? Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Please follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube at Miss International Hawaii to see more from the pageant and our delegates. And now we invite you to come say hello and take photos with the girls. We are going to do the photos down on the ground, all right?